Hi all, just thought I'd do a quick overview of my favourite aircraft in my favourite livery, the Boeing 747 in British Airways Landor. And this is the Gemini Jets 200 scale model. So let's have a quick look at the box first of all. Try and get it without glare. So there we go. That's the back. That's pretty much it, really. So that's it. Right, let's get and open it up. See what's inside. I've had this open before and displayed and photographed it. This is actually a photograph of this actual model that I took and superimposed it onto a Microsoft Flight Simulator background with Kai Tak Airport down below. There's a little tail you can see through, poking through. So here it is. So get a piece of plastic covering the main fuselage and a full metal stand. Stick that out of the way for a bit. So first of all, I will get the parts out, the little bits. So in this bag we get the in-flight configuration bits and the little picks for removing them again once they're in. So you get two for underneath, one with the last two digits of the registration for the nose wheel, and then the two that go under the wings. I did have to cut two little notches out of these, as you can tell here, to fit in. So otherwise they wouldn't go in properly and then wouldn't push up flush against the wing surface. So that was something I had to do. Also, one of the wheels had fallen off, so I had to press that back on, although it seems to be staying in place, so I won't bother gluing it for now. I tend to display it in its in-flight configuration anyway, although I have read that the wings, the flex of the wings is the way they're moulded is more for the runway sort of ground lower than when it's flying. Maybe that's correct, maybe it's not. Someone could possibly correct me on that if needs be. So we have the little nose wheel here. Don't know if you can see. So at the back we have the little hydraulics. On the side flaps we have the last two digits. At the front we have two little jewels. There's the lights, which is a lovely little detail. Okay. They all have magnets in them so that they stay in place. So let's take the model out and have a quick look around it. I've got to be exceptionally careful with these antennae, both on the top and on the bottom. As you can see, they're very, very delicate. You can see the Gemini Jets logo on the bottom. Absolutely exquisite detail. If that will focus in on the city of Swansea at the front, there we go. So it's a grey rather than a white at the top. So you've got the 100 years, sorry, 1919 to 2019, and then the crest on the tailplane. Some lovely detail on the APU. So with these modified, these fit in quite nicely. That one. And these two, and then finally we have the one for the nose wheel, which does sit slightly proud. So that then sits very nicely on its stand. I was very lucky to get this model. I think it must have been one of the very last ones in the country from an official retailer. Searched everywhere, went onto the Gemini website and actually started phoning all the companies down the list and managed to find one dealer who still had one in stock. So I snapped it up that day. So yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits with this. So let's put the landing gear on and change to the runway configuration. They do a flaps down version. That fits in. With the magnets, they're great. They just slot in perfectly. Okay, turn that one. Unlike the BOAC one, I didn't have to modify these to get them to sit in properly. So there we go. Snap into place. And they do swivel properly to get the correct for landing. So as you can see, it sits nice and level on the desk. Nice rubber tyres. So the nose gear actually swivels. Not that I'm going to do that too often. And the engines have fine detail. Apparently, if you blow air into the blades, they spin, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that with this one. It's got the detail on the lights underneath. The registration on the wing. And you've got the little light on top. The little escape hatch. 2 antennas. Can't remember what those 2 black dots are. I believe that hump there is the Wi-Fi antenna, and then the second antenna at the back. You've got the little cut here emergency red blocks. The doors just have so much detail. And then at the front, you've got, under the City of Swansea, the little Royal Mail. Then the pitot tubes at the front. So there we have it, my overview of 747 GBNLY model from Gemini Jets. So the actual aircraft was delivered to British Airways on the 10th of February 1993, and since they have retired the whole fleet, thankfully this particular aircraft is now permanently preserved at Dunsfold Airfield. Had a couple of incidents, had a very near miss at Heathrow, was it Heathrow? At Heathrow with a British Midlands A320. So the A320 was just about to take off, and this particular aircraft was coming into land at the same time, and this aircraft had to do a missed approach, and apparently only cleared the A320 by 112 feet, give or take 20 feet either way. So that was extremely close call there. October 1993, hydraulics problem caused a sudden nose down during initial climb out of Heathrow. And in September 2017, I think it was engine number 2, I seem to have read, engine failure departing from Chicago. So they had to sort of go round and then land back at Chicago to have repair work done. But that's all I can find really for this particular aircraft. There's a very good chance that I would have flown on this particular aircraft myself. Don't know for sure because they had quite a few, but most of my flying was done between sort of late 80s and very early 2000s. So I have a very close connection with these. My father worked on them for between 1975 and 2006, so 31 years he spent working on them. So yeah, I have a very close connection, and lots of very memorable times. So that's it. Absolutely wonderful aircraft, and very sad to see them retired. Very sudden, although if I think about it, not unexpected. With it was a shock at the time, but you know, I can understand why they've done it, especially at this time. So from what I understand, this aircraft is being retired to Dunsfold. I think its Negus is preserved at Cotswold Airport, and I think the BOAC livery, retro livery, has got a home near Cardiff, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but quote in the comments below if I'm wrong. But that's it. Hope you've got something out of my mumblings. But that's it. Absolutely wonderful model by Gemini 200, Gemini Jets. Absolutely love it. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day or the evening, whatever you're doing. And hopefully get back flying soon.